Today? How we doing today? Yay! How we doing today? I be feeling so great. Yay! How we doing today? Hey! I be feeling so great. Blessed love, family. Give thanks for joining us on High Grade Healing TV. I am your host, Akeem Pierre. We got the other host, Honorable Priest Kailash, going to be joining us soon. Most likely he's in the middle of building up there in the mountains. You know, he's in that. He's always in the work. So giving thanks. So whenever he joins us, we'll make sure we add him on. Sending y'all love. Let me know in the comments how we feeling today. How we feeling today? Yay. I love that intro music. Like it has me on a vibe. Let me know how I'm sounding. Let me know how the video's looking. And then we'll get into it. Bless Diana Seibert. Hello, all. Happy to be here. Jules B. I woke up this morning, so I am blessed and well. Eve Mendez, welcome, welcome. Blessed love. Carol from Shorter, Alabama. Yeah, give thanks. Let us know where you're coming from as well. I love that. Let us know where you're coming from as well. Bless Crispy. Simply Hot. All is perfect and clear. What's on my menu today? Me and you. I just finished a kale salad and I have a pigeon pea stew that I just had later on to Seibert. Okay, give thanks, Seibert. So gonna get going on that pigeon pea stew, and then later on today gonna make my own stew subji. And I'm getting back in the kitchen, y'all. I'm returning to the kitchen. So giving thanks, giving love back TV. Much love from LA. Carlene, St. Louis, coming from Toronto. New Jersey. Giving thanks, y'all. Cam says, "Sing it." I was never the person that someone said I had a good voice, but I'm gonna sing anyways. I'm gonna keep on singing. Much love, y'all. So giving thanks. Today we're gonna be doing a lot of Q&A. So if you do have any questions, then make sure you write them in the chat. But also, if you go into the description, you're gonna see there's a link in there where you could join into this call and you could come talk with us live. So today, I really want to have some of y'all join us live. So if you have some questions, come on here live and ask it live. You can speak with Honorable Priest Kailash and I directly. So give thanks. Let's get it though, y'all. So today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about where we're at right now in health in the community, and some things that I feel is like very important for us to refocus on and focus on. And what it really came back to was we gotta just keep it simple again. We gotta keep it simple. As I see Simply High, just keeping it simple. Because what I realize is there's too much information out there. We're in the age of information. So with every something that you find, with every information that you find, you're going to find information that's contradicting what you just read. So how are we able to come to a space where we are sure, where we are clear on what we require for ourselves to become well? Because there's just way too much information out there. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. It's it's a sad thing for me. But as y'all can see, like my forehead, y'all see all that breaking out, right? I want to do a little zoom in action. I've been trying to hide from y'all, but as y'all can see, boom, like got all that on my forehead, right? And why? Like, how did that happen? I've never had a breakout on my skin in my life, really, other than like being in high school and just eating church's chicken all the time, right? So like, why did I get these things on my forehead? And really and truly, I was like studying and learning about skincare, and then I was following someone else's protocol for how to do skincare. So I'm like, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna do what they did. So I was doing like putting on so much oil on my skin, so many different things, and then my skin did not like that. And I felt the exact moment when my skin started to feel irritated. And then now I'm like, all right, I'm on this healing journey. But the thing is that how I was doing it before was fine. How I was doing it before was so simple. It was very simple method that I had. And it was very easy thing that I did. And I never got breakouts. But I was like, there's certain information out there that I need that I'm going to follow. And I started to follow some information that was outside of me. And church's chick, I'm just like reading the comments. Y'all are cracking me up. But I was following information from something else that I read, even though my own guidance was good enough. Like my own guidance was doing all that I needed. But I felt the need to complicate things. I felt the need to be like, nah, this is too simple. This is too easy. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be something out there that I'm missing. So I went out there and I went to go find that thing. And then when I went and I found that thing, I found what I was missing. And that's what I was missing. So it's like sometimes, y'all, we just got to keep it simple. And a lot of the times we already know for ourselves what we need and what we require to be well and to be healthy. And what we end up doing is looking for these other things out there because we're on Instagram, we're on social media so much. So what we feel is like, oh, that person is doing all of that thing for their skincare. Watching these YouTube videos on skincare and we see them, that person's doing all of that for their skincare. I need to be doing more, even though you're fine, even though you're doing great, right? And some of us, we're on a great program for how we're feasting we're just beginning our journey. We're starting our journey, and we're starting off very simple. And all of a sudden we see a video that says like, oh, that's toxic, or oh, that's not good, or oh, that's this. And then we start to want to change the thing, and we start to second guess that journey and that path that we were on. And then all of a sudden we start to follow something else, and that something else out there may be confusing to us. Like for me, what ended up happening was I ended up getting a breakout on my skin. But what I'm seeing a lot right now when it comes to food and what we're eating is, instead of getting necessarily breakouts, we're getting paralyzed and we're not taking action. And we're just second guessing and hesitating to the point where we're not actually doing anything. And we're just like, oh, I want to eat that, but I heard that's poison. Oh, I want to eat this, but I heard that's man-made. Oh, I want to eat this, but there's no nutrients in that. Right? And then we end up remaining and doing the same thing that we're doing, and we end up harming and hurting our progress. So right now is like, we're in this time, we're in this phase where, yes, we're in the age of information, right? We're in the age of information. Everything is out there. We can find information on everything, anything that we really want. But we have to know that ourself, our inner guidance, our intuition, and how we react and respond to things is ultimately going to be the best thing that guides us. So after I watch the skincare video and I see something in it, and then I could just see like, do I really need that? Like, is my skin telling me that I should add something, that I should do something new? Yes or no? And for me, the answer was really going to be a no, right? I didn't need to make no drastic changes, right? For a lot of us are on this journey and we're starting to feel healthy. We're starting to feel better, right? We're starting to feel like on a better vibe right now and in a rhythm. And then all of a sudden we read something, we learn about something, and then it takes us off of that path, and we start to feel bad about ourselves. We start to feel bad about the journey that we've been on. And then, we're not making that progress anymore. So, I really feel it's just really important for us to think about how we can just keep it simple as we're moving forward now. Like, how many different videos are we watching on health? And me personally, like, I watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of content. I read a lot of content. But a lot of the times when I'm reading and when I'm learning, I'm learning just to get different perspectives and different sides, but not necessarily as in to find out like, oh, when I read something, I take that as truth. Then I find, oh, broccoli's poison, broccoli's toxic, so I'm not gonna eat broccoli. And then I come over here, and then broccoli has all these sulforaphanes, and then we're just confusing. But what I do and what I would recommend is that we go and we learn from all these different sources, but then we ultimately listen to ourselves. You know what I mean? We also listen to ourselves, and we also just know that we have the answers within ourselves. So I did a video a couple of years ago, and it was about the list, the alkaline list that Dr. Sebi made. And basically what I said in that video is, yes, there is a list. And yes, this list can be very helpful, but we need to create our own list each individually. Because if anyone tells you they know what is right for you exactly, you got to look at them skeptically. You got to look at them kind of like, how do you know me? I'm gonna put that in the link so y'all could join in. I just dropped in the link, the StreamYard link, so you could pop in, and then I'll be able to add you to the video. But we ultimately know, so we gotta believe in ourselves. And I feel like it's not really our fault, like on that level. The main thing is that we grew up in a way where school taught us what to do. Everything taught us what to do, and nothing really told us like, you hold the power. You are the powerful one. what is it that you feel? What is it that you want? What is it that you're in tune with? Because ultimately you know best. Like really and truly, you know best. But growing up, we were always told, this is how things are done, and stick into this box and conform into this box. And that's why when we comes into this health and we're on this our own path. Like we're all on this own journey and right now. But we're searching on all this different information. But we're looking for someone else to give us the answer. Right? But boom, we are the one we have been waiting for. Just like Twin Flame Lover said, we are the one that we've been waiting for. So as we're there and we're reading everything, as you're reading it, just see like, how does that feel in my body? As I listen to that, let me repeat it again. And how does that feel for me? And for me, like I'm a big champion, like a promoter for like experimenting. And I'm a big promoter for like using ourselves as an experiment. And then that's how we're going to get closer to finding what's right for us. Like, for example, when it comes to this skincare, I learned at the end of the day, like I learned. So what I learned is like, okay, I got to keep it simple and I got to learn from that experience. And now I'm going back to my normal routine, keeping it simple. Right. So even though when we go do these things and we go through these processes, I do believe it's very important that we do go through the process and we do take action and we watch something and we learn from something and then we take action on it. But then after we take action, we go back to our journal and we're writing in our journal. Oh, I tried this. This is how it made me feel. I'm going to do this, adjust this, and then I'm going to add this and I'm going to, and then that makes it our own. And then what we each become is we each become our own masters. And it was like Honorable Priest Richie said, you are the genius, like you are the creative genius. And he was saying that we're giving you a recipe. This is in the cocoa tea and Seamoss video. He's like, we're giving you a recipe, but this recipe is just a guideline. This recipe is just the baseline. And then you from there go ahead and then you mold it and adjust it for yourself. Right? And then go from there. And then boom. So we have Sovereign Goddess. And I believe this is very important, right? Blasphemy. Dr. Sebi healed many people from disease. Research why he said yes to some foods and no to others. I will unsubscribe now. You see, I didn't say anything bad about Dr. Sebi. Right? I didn't anything. Right? But what does Dr. Sebi say? All right. What does Dr. Sebi say? Self-love is the best love. Everyone misses that message from Dr. Sebi. Self-love is the best love. Self-love. We got to be able to listen and love ourselves. Right? And the truth of the matter is that there are people who have healed, like Honorable Priest Kailash, he uses broccoli in the mountain. When people go up to the mountain to get the healing, they use broccoli and they are getting results. And what we have to realize is that there are certain healers who healed people, but there's also people who've healed themselves. Right? So it's not something where there's only one person that holds the power. And this is the thing that we've been brought up. And a lot of it, I believe, is from religion, right? We believe that there's only one person that holds the power. And if that one person says something, we have to follow everything they say, right? But it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me, especially when there's people who have healed themselves without any healer, without any guidance. They're healing themselves, right? So I believe that it's just very important that we keep an open mind, right? We keep an open mind, and we are always like, we go out there and we learn from these people who came before us, because it's very important that we learn from people who came before us, right? But from there, some people are allergic to foods. If Dr. Sebi said yes to the food that you're allergic to, would you eat that? You know what I mean? So like, each one of us has our own uniqueness, and we have to be able to honor that. And what we have to do is we have to trust the process. And we have to be able to know that ultimately we got to get well for ourselves, right? We have to get well for ourselves so then we could bring forward greatness for others, right? And sometimes things, they just don't work. So we have to adjust it for ourselves and make adjustments. You know what I mean? So it's just very important. But Sovereign Goddess, I would love to have you come on the stream and talk. I would love to, because what's important right now, what's important is dialogue and communication, right? What I say, it's not facts, it's not law, right? So I'm open to hearing others' opinions. You know, like, for example, like, I would love to hear your side on that. And then we can go from there. You know what I mean? And then we can go from there. But the thing is, it's not like right or wrong, this or that. It's not as black or white. You know what I mean? It's not black or white. It's a little bit in the middle. And everyone's a little bit different, right? For example, there's the blood, like how each person's body responds to foods and how their blood sugar levels respond to foods, right? And some people say like, oh, sugar is you get a low glucose, blood glucose response. Others, let's say brown sugar, and then you have brown potatoes or sweet potatoes, they're lower on the glycemic index. Certain foods are, white rice is high on the glycemic index. That is what they say. But when you actually research and do the studies, what you'll realize is that no two people had the same responses. And they were just doing something to try to give us something to work with, but no two people had the same responses, right? So this is built in to the science. This is built into the studies, right? And yeah, so it's just one of those things. But I'm gonna have Mega X come on the stream. Mega X, I need you to put on your video. I need you to put on your video, Brian. So what I'm gonna get you to do is, anyone who comes on, I'm gonna make sure that we put on their video, and then we'll go on the video like that. And this is how we grow as a culture right here. It's true. It's truly like, we just got to be able to communicate with each other, and we got to be able to listen to various things and then go from there. And then what we can do at the very least, what we do is like, if that person, that's false. What we do from that is realize that we're now stronger in our convictions. But the thing is, the people who don't want to hear any other opinions or beliefs, they're not solid in their belief, because that they're like afraid to hear something, because, oh, I may change my opinion, and then, oh, my whole foundation is going to be shattered, right? We got to be able to hear others' opinions. We must. TSM Productions, I'm gonna welcome you. Blessed love.
What's up, man? What's up?
I'm blessed, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I had a question for you.
Give thanks. What you got?
Hey, man, I have family in the islands,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to start like a Seamoss business like you. I was just wondering, like, how would you do that? How would you go about that?
Bless. Great question. Great question. So, what island?
Antigua and Montserrat and Aruba.
Mm-hmm. Bless, man. Like, really, what I would say is just like, start off simple and like the easiest way possible,
Mm,
right? So one thing, you basically want to get your store set up. So I utilize Shopify, as my store. So
Okay.
go learn about Shopify and get yourself set up with a Shopify store. And then for your labels, just create very simple labels. I used
Mm,
a program called Canva to create my labels, right?
mm,
So boom, create your labels, make your branding, like get a logo. I used the logo that I had in my past. So I just repurposed the logo for my logo because I'm like, I want to keep it simple.
got you.
You know what I mean? And then
Which
from there, boom, I just printed out my stickers. I first used Amazon to get my bag. So I just ordered bags off of Amazon and then boom, put the stickers on the bags. And then boom, you just package up the product and then you just start to share with people, you know,
mm,
and then something that I learned is like a lot of people, they're ready, aim, fire, right? So they have everything organized before they start, right? And
mm,
that's a great way to do things. That's a great
I'm
way to
with you.
do things, right? But the way that I did it and a way that a lot of people do is it's ready, shoot, aim.
Mm,
So you get started, then you shoot, you go shoot, and then you aim. And then you could organize it and figure it out. But I
got
feel it's
you.
just like super important to get started and even just starting with the people around you. Like start with your friends, like even if it's just starting with some Seamoss gel. Because some
Mm,
of us have an issue with like selling, you know what I mean? So just start making some Seamoss gel. You know, here's a jar, sell with the people close to you. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna get a better understanding about just what it takes to sell and deliver a product. And then from there, it's just like you're gonna learn so much, man. Like just watch videos on marketing, watch videos on the branding, and then just like boom, yeah, Dora said it, epic. Intention is everything. So like
got
find
you.
out like why you want to start in the beginning. Cause like for me, it was like, hey, I want these products. That's how it started for me. Is like I personally I want these products. And if I want them and I can't find them, then it must be others who want and can't find them either. Right. So
Mm.
then I just started off like that. And then boom. So like find out why you want to do it. And then just keep it simple and start. Really just start.
And I'm trying to have you heard about monoatomics
Yeah.
element?
I've heard about them and tried them a little bit. Yeah.
And I'm thinking about like making those as well. Because what I want to do is I'm trying to bring back the vibration of the people. I
Hmm.
stay out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and
Bless.
like I don't know if you know in Tulsa, like that was like the worst massacre and everything. So like the
Hmm.
vibration here is low. I'm
Yeah.
trying to bring my people up with the foods, with the body, then give them the knowledge for the mind, and it's
Hmm.
like spirit, give them like certain tools, like like organ pyramids and stuff like that. So it's kind of like my main frame right now, but I do want to start, CMOS at some point and
Hmm.
mix it with the monoatomics.
Yeah, what I'll say is like, uh, I'll say like that's beautiful. First off, man, you know, it's beautiful, you know, and just keep that in mind. You know, like if you keep that in mind, there's nothing gonna stop you from getting the information that's meant for you to make that
Yes,
happen. You know what I mean?
yes.
So start with that first, and then from there, you're gonna be able to find the information, right?
Mm,
But keep it simple. You know what I mean? Like I had access right now we have like 20 something products on our store, right? I could have started off by selling all those products. You know, I could have
mm,
started off with the bladderwhack, the bay leaf, the vervain, soursop at once, right? But I'm like, I'm gonna keep it simple with one product.
mm,
So just like start with one and keep it simple. Start with two, you know what I mean? But keep it simple so you can just start. And then it's like momentum, 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 moment to
mm.
moment to momentum, you know?
Feel like that might have been my problem because like I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking like I have to compile all these designs before I can even get it to market. But you really just need one. That's what you're saying, and just start
Just
with that one.
one. You know, and I read in someone said like give samples, right? So like just start with one and then you know you can give out samples of that one product. And once you want to have more products, you just give out samples of the products you want to add. And then from
Mm,
there, you're gonna see which products people want. You're gonna, you know what I mean? But like starting off with one, because bro, like when I added those new herb products to the shop, like it was
My
like the
bad.
hardest thing. You know what I mean? The hardest thing was when I went from 3 products to like 15 products. That was like, you know, it was like so challenging. You know what I mean? So like I couldn't imagine if I tried to start off with that. You know what I mean?
Got you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And do you build like a team, or you still just do this by yourself?
I have a team now, but I started
Okay.
off like, you know, real solo dolo tip, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, the
I'm with
Empress
you.
was definitely helping me out on certain aspects, but like for the most part, bro, like I designed the labels and the packaging. You know, I created the website, I did the marketing, I did the photos. Like I set up a little photo shoot, used my iPhone, and that was my product photography. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And
I'm
then
with
just like keeping it so simple. And then what's gonna charge you up is that initial mission and that initial vision that you had. Like, I want to heal the vibration of the people.
you. Exactly.
You know what I mean? So what do I need to do in order to heal the vibration of the people?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
And I've actually, I mean, I've that's been like the most complicated part, because like which one's going to be the most effective one for the people, like to show
Mhm.
that it's real, but
Yeah.
also to show that, you know, I have value and it's not like something I'm overstressing myself on in production. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
So that's sort of trying to find that balance right now. That's where I'm at. But I
Hmm.
appreciate the like information, bro. Much thanks,
Definitely,
much
bro.
love,
Definitely.
much
Much
love.
love. And I saw you're gonna send me a message. So send me a message on Instagram and then just like keep me updated, man. And then you know, we'll just like keep going, man. But just go, just start. You know,
All right,
start.
bet.
Use that whiteboard back there, man. You know what I mean? Write those
For real.
ideas, write that vision down on that whiteboard. You know what I mean? Set those goals and just every day, like, you know, just
Got you.
little bit, brick by brick.
And the thing is, bro, it's been like I put some goals up like a few months ago, and the goals have remained the same. They
Hmm.
ain't changed. They just been like it's kind of like a, you know, it's a general statement. Like just do this every day. You know what I'm saying? Put
Yeah.
everything on the everything that you're
Hmm.
supposed to collect and everything you're supposed to receive, and stay aware. You know, to do your highest duty, type shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man. What I'll say is like I'll share a little bit of like my approach and my insights on that. I've learned through processes and going through it with other teachers and learning from other people is
mm,
that every day in the end of the day, I plan my next day.
mm,
At the end of the
mm,
day, I reflect on that day.
mm,
Right? And sometimes you'll see the same thing coming up every day, every day, every day,
mm.
every day. And eventually it's going to bother you because you just keep seeing it. Then you're like, I'm going to get it done. You know what I mean? And then every week, like tonight, Sunday night, I plan the rest of the week. You know what I mean? Every month,
Got
I plan the month, right? At the end of the month, I reflect back, right? So like you gotta plan, but then you gotta reflect and see how did I do? You know what I mean? How did I do on that? And then you move forward. Next things, how did I do? Okay.
you.
And then write your what you're grateful for, write what you learned. You know what I mean? But it's
Got you.
like, yeah, always reflect. You know what I mean?
That be the biggest part is when you actually get on the paper and you try to make the plan. Cause that's the shit I be missing is like I get to the paper and I have all this in my mind, but then I try to put the plans like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of just it stunts itself until you actually, you know, you come across something and you write it
Mhm.
down. That's how it works for me at least. But it's like
Yeah.
me I actually I bought a, you know, this board. I bought these planners, you know, and all that shit. But then I'm like, I don't even know what the hell to do with it. Like it's I'm trying to get in that. I'm very thankful for what you given to me because I need
Give
to get back on my stuff for real, man.
Yeah, give
Much
thanks and
blessings.
reach out, and then I'll be able to share with you like my actual thing that I utilize, you know.
Bet.
And the thing is like, don't ever feel bad or judge yourself for not utilizing the board or utilizing your planners. You know, it's
Mm,
all just a part of your process, and every one that you do, you get closer to your process. And
Gotcha.
I bought planners, I bought boards, I did all that. And then all of a sudden I found something that worked for me. You know what I mean? So like every step of the journey is valuable. You know what I mean? So don't feel like don't feel any sort of way. Just, just keep moving and keep going forward and reflect. Why did this work? Why did that not work? And then, okay, this next one is going to make sure I have this on it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I'm with you.
Yeah. All
That's
right, bro.
much love, brother. That's much
Definitely,
love.
definitely blessed.
Stay blessed, man.
You as well. Take care. Bless y'all. Yeah. It's a powerful question because like low key, I started like 3 businesses before this one, and neither of them I got to the point where I started to sell products because I just like I paralyzed myself. You know what I mean? I was just thinking, oh, I gotta have this perfect. I gotta have that perfect. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And then what happened is I just didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And this is like real in line with what I'm talking about when it comes to food. You know what I mean? Because when it's talking about food is and just like keeping it simple is like on your journey, experiment with this. Go try that. And then ask yourself, how did that work? You know what I mean? And then that's the reflection. That's how you look on things. And then that's how you find out what's best for you. Because what we got to realize is like there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of great things, right? But what we'll find is that very few of them are doing the exact same thing. Very few. Like we may find some common threads, like, they have a mindfulness meditation practice. We may find common threads, but it's rare you're going to find like everyone eats the same way. Everyone has the same morning routine. You know what I mean? Everyone has the same way that they do this. Everyone's different. You know what I mean? And then the thing is about it is like, I don't know about y'all, but for me, growing up, I was the different one in my family. I was the one that was the outsider, right? And then that made me feel weird. That made me feel like outside of the group. I was being made fun of a lot. People were laughing at me, making jokes about me a lot. So then I was like, being different is bad. Is kind of like how the younger me thought, right? So then as a youth, I went to try to conform and to try to do the same things as everyone else did. And then what happens is when you grow up and you start to feel like not good, like I just didn't feel good trying to fit everyone else's descriptions of yourself. And then what you do is that what I did is that I started to create my own path, right? But the thing is that growing up, we were taught that being different is bad. So then now when it comes to being on our own journey, we're hesitant to be different. But what I realized is that our power, our greatness is in our differences. Our uniqueness is that gift that we have to give to the world, right? So no one taught us that. No one said, Akeem, you used to break up electronics all the time. You were very curious. You were very like a computer person. Maybe we should bring you into IT. Maybe we should give you more confidence into this program instead of making fun of you and making you seem like you're such a weird guy for breaking apart things and being curious. They never told me that. They wanted me to all be the same. And it's not like it's a negative thing. It's for like what they felt was protecting me. You know what I mean? But we have to realize now that we are adults, we are high grade healers, that we have to realize that our uniqueness is where our power is. So what you have that no one else has, that's going to be your $1 million idea, $1 billion idea, your fulfillment idea, that thing that gives you that fulfillment, right? And then I personally believe that it is our duty to find that uniqueness and to share that with the world. That's my personal belief. And what you have, what your uniqueness is what someone needs. So by you not doing that, you're doing them a disservice. Right. So, it's just that little bit of allowing ourselves to be different and just having that feeling that power and that strength in that, hey, I'm a little bit different. I'm a little bit different. When I started creating content, I was like, hey, I'm not the most articulate person. My video quality is not the best. I'm not the best editor. So I wasn't creating content. I wasn't posting anything because what happens is I'm like, oh, his video quality is better and he has bigger words than me. He's more articulate or he's smarter than me. So then I'm like, I'm not going to create. Right. But what I did is like, I found my uniqueness and then I'm like, I'm going to share that with the world and I'm going to be the best at being myself. And then that's what allowed me to start. And that's what I believe what allowed this channel to be created and this community to be created. Was just by me being like, all right, and allowing myself to be myself. And then boom, it brought in others and it just attracted others who wanted to do their own thing. You know what I mean? So that's important. And my thing is like, I'm challenging myself to allow myself to be myself. So that's kind of my thing right now. But we have Diana Seibert. I'm pretty sure I said that right this time. Blessed love.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever everyone is tuning in from, right?
Blessed. Yes. Good. Thanks. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much. I'm well. I'm better now. I actually just recently got out of the hospital. We had been kind of conversing in regards to some things to kind of help the situations that I have going on out. And so I'm trying to just, I think no, I'm sorry, it was like Tuesday night. I couldn't tolerate the pains in my stomach any longer. So I went on ahead and admitted myself and found out a few things. So I'm happy to know these things so that I can get a jump start on what exactly needs to be done, the things that I need to take to help with my health. And it's all in my tummy. So I ordered the Alkaline and the tea that follows behind it, and I forget the name of the tea.
The Slim Now tea.
Yep. So I've got that. I also am currently waiting on the fruit bundle to show up, and then start incorporating those things. So the findings that we found when I went to the hospital is that I have fibroid and cysts on my kidneys, and then something's going on with my stomach. So they did a biopsy, and they're gonna let me know what they found in regards to my stomach. So I have some bowel issues and whatnot. So I just want to know two things. Is just I know that we are going to follow the instructions. You do the colon cleanse first, followed by the Slim Now tea, and you do that for about a week, and then you kind of switch off on some of the other herbs and take those kind of depending on exactly what the instructions, because I don't have it yet. So the instructions allow us to do. But I saw some things about fibroids. I saw some things about the GI issues, but I didn't see anything about the kidneys. Is there anything that I should be maybe incorporating to, or is there anything in the fruit bundle that's going to help with the kidneys? But ultimately, I just want my tummy to feel better.
Give thanks. Thank you for sharing and the vulnerability. And because I'm sure these are things that a lot of people are going through. So thank you so much for that. And that's a great start with the products that you ordered. And something I will say is in the Fruitful Bundle, there's Cassia Lata. So have Cassia Lata 7 days straight before you take the Free Up laxative.
Oh, okay.
And that's going to be in the initial cleanse, which is going to be cleansing out the liver and the blood in a cellular level. And then that's going to pull all the toxins out of the blood. And then you have the Free Up laxative, which is going to release all of that out. Right. And then that's going to be that's going to be the start of when you could start taking the other herbs in the Fruitful Bundle. And so then you have all those herbs. But when it comes to the kidney, the products that we have, which are most effective for that, is the Spanish needle and the stinging nettle.
I'm sorry, the Spanish needle
And
and
stinging nettle.
sting nettle.
Stinging nettle, yeah. And then when Priest Kailash comes on, like we could speak more specifically about what it is actually regarding the kidneys, but just like in the baseline form is the Spanish needle stinging nettle. And then we also have a urinary cleanse. Our honorable priest Kailash has one. So you can send an email, and then I will forward that to him, and then we'll see if the urinary cleanse would be for you. And
Okay.
then yeah, and then we could just really go from there. But it's like a great start, and then just like the gut is they call it your second brain, and most of your serotonin is created in your gut, right? So when you're thinking about the gut, one aspect is a lot about the herbs and a lot about the taking the things to heal it, but a lot of it is with your mindset and stress, and like when you're eating, like make sure when you eat, you just eat, like try not to eat on the go, try to like take some time for yourself and eat and just feast when you're feasting.
Okay.
Right. And try to like even take some breaths or like relax and calm yourself before you start to eat. Because
Gotcha.
like what we find is like when you're in the state of like the fight or flight, right? Which is like high anxiety, high stress, then your body isn't thinking about digestion. It's thinking about protection.
Mm.
Right? So then what you want to do is you want to bring yourself and get yourself into a state where your body can really work on digestion and
Okay.
it can do its job instead of, making all the blood go to your limbs and your arms so you could run away if you need to.
Right. I got
You
you.
know what
That
I
makes
mean?
sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That
Mhm.
absolutely makes sense. I'm actually working on my stress levels, and I am not recently coming out of, but I'm recently um, dealing with that exact syndrome, the fight or flight.
Mhm.
My husband and I have been together for about 12 years, but prior to that, I was in a relationship that it was just horrible for like almost 20 years. And
Mhm.
so in the fight or flight, sometimes you don't even deal with those things. They're kind of tucked in. And then one day you wake up and you say, I need to love myself. I need to take care of myself. And those things so this is where I'm actually at, is trying
Beautiful.
to start healing myself from the inside out. And so this is excuse me, I'm extremely blessed and appreciative for for you. I've been watching you for a little while, and then 2021, it was just like, it's time. I know,
Thanks.
I don't like to make the New Year's resolutions, but literally I woke up like December 31st and I said, this is your year, Diana.
Mhm.
Let's get it. So with all that being said, I know I saw a couple questions in there, and I know you guys are working on it, but I still got to say, based on me releasing this stress, I am waiting on that retreat. So
Give thanks. Soon
I hope
come.
that gets updated soon. I know there's one coming up for the males. I'm so trying to get my husband to attend the retreat for the
Mhm.
males. So hopefully, um, prayerfully, we can get him there and
Give thanks.
get us all kind of in a place and space to take care of ourselves so that we can connect and go from there and it be positive and strong and those types of things. So I thank you so
Mhm.
very much.
Give thanks. Thank you. I just wanted to say that you're already healing yourself. Like you
Yes.
already are. You're not trying, right?
Okay.
So like you got to start. You can watch some of our previous videos on this, but like it's got to start in your head. Like I'm healed.
I am
And
healed.
what
Yeah.
happens after is you're just taking the actions of someone who is healing. You know what I mean? So just know that that awareness that you had is like it's time now.
Mhm.
Beautiful space to be in. That's like amazing, legendary, right?
Yeah.
It's done,
It
so
does.
it's healed. Now you're just taking the steps now. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And just
Yes.
enjoy that process. It's a beautiful journey. And then
Yes.
you're gonna be like, it's such a beautiful journey because you're gonna go through, you're gonna learn so much, and you're gonna be able to heal yourself, but others around you are gonna be able to receive those benefits because they're gonna see you. And then you're gonna have your story and you're gonna have things to share, which is like so impactful and so important. So give thanks for where you are in the journey as well.
Thanks.
Like honor that, honor that.
Yes.
And yeah, just little by little do your things. And yeah, it's a beautiful space to be in. Like, yeah, I'm proud of you for like taking those steps.
I'm excited. And honestly, it's funny because my stomach right now feels like it's like relaxing.
Mhm.
Just the positive vibes that you give off and that
Thanks.
can be received. You're just amazing. I appreciate you so much.
Give thanks. Thank you so much. Keep on it. And there's Dora K is in the chat. She has some meditations. So I'm not sure if you do meditate, but you could check her out and just do some meditations, do a little bit of breathing, and yeah, just keep on that journey though. Much
I'm sorry,
love.
what was her name?
Dora K, she's in there. Dora Kamau. If you can
Oh,
drop the link for the meditation or something, that'd be awesome too, Dora.
actually, you know what? I think if this is the same young lady, I think I did start watching her not too long ago. So,
Give thanks.
um,
Beautiful. You're already on it. You see?
yeah, so thank you so much. All
Thank
right, well,
you.
thank
Much
you.
love.
And continue to see what we have in the upcoming. I cannot wait until the Honorable gets on here.
Give thanks. Much love. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Bless. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. It's so powerful to come on here to share this is something that like I feel is so important that we're able to talk about these things, and just like talk about the healing, so important. So I'm giving thanks, give thanks. Let me see the comments. There's a bunch. So Troy Tompkins. Um, I do have a question. I had to go, but I had a question for your spirulina about spirulina. Is it alkaline for the body? And if there are any recipes, also chlorophyll. So don't follow that guide. According to the guide, it's not alkaline. But what I can say is that, like, when we harvest the Seamoss and the bladderwrack, spirulina actually grows on the Seamoss and the bladderwrack. They go together. So when it comes to, say, like even some of our products like the C, when we blend the bladderwrack in the C, we don't remove the spirulina from it. So yeah, so definitely they go hand in hand. Um, Definitely just be mindful of the source that you get it from. And then when it comes to recipes, you can just add it in your smoothies. You could just, add it in that kind of way. But one thing I will say is that when it comes to spirulina, there's certain things that has it where it kind of blocks you from absorbing B12 because it has a B12 analog in there. So what I will say is, say you're taking something that has B12, don't take spirulina and that has B12 at the same time. So what they would say is, like, say you take chlorella, right? You take chlorella in the rise and then you take spirulina in the evening, right? And then you can have the Seamoss with both. But yeah, but it's definitely something awesome. I do utilize it. So give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Boom. Change comes from you hit the nail on the head, Akeem. The change comes from speaking the positive things in the mind. Give thanks. Wow. Yeah, so important. So powerful. So yeah, Dora put her meditations in there. So that's awesome. But yeah, it's so important because, like, I'm like I'm a naturally positive guy. Like, my mom like instilled that in me. But what happened is, like, I found that I would speak things into existence without trying to. Like, I would manifest at such a high rate due to just like that positive vibration and energy that I'm bringing to what I'm doing. So you may see, like, someone works harder than me. Like, someone may work so much harder than me. Someone may be doing all of the things, but they're not maybe having that level of positivity and belief in what they're doing. So I find that, like, potentially, this is not facts, this is just like kind of like from my observation, is that having that belief and then having that ability of just like being calm through doing things is going to allow you to manifest and bring things forward at a faster rate. Like for me, when I was in university, for example, like I would never take an exam while I was under stress. So like a lot of other students, they would go on to study all night before an exam. They would study all night before an exam, right? And I would never do that because for me, what I thought about was like, I want to be calm and relaxed and at peace when I'm doing this exam because that's when I'm going to be at my most powerful state, when I feel good. So when I come into the exam, I come in with a positive vibe, positive energy. I sit down, I write my exam, I do the best I can do, and then I move forward. Right. So I feel like that's the vibe and the mindset that we could bring forward with all of our things is let's not force it. Let's not do it to the point where we hate it and we hate ourselves. Let's do it to a point where we could enjoy the process. We can be in a bit of flow, harmony, and ease. So that's what I feel is important. So that energy, that vibration that you come forward with is so important. Itamar, I've been following you for years now. I don't completely agree with your nutrition point of view, but I really appreciate the love and positive vibes. Much love. Give thanks. Thank you so much, Itamar. I definitely, been seeing you from time. So give thanks for tuning in. I'm grateful for your presence here. And I'm grateful for you to say like you don't completely agree. And I really want more people to be like, I don't completely agree with the things, because I just feel it's so important. So that's important that you say that. And I really just want to like highlight that aspect because I feel it's so important. Like, let's not have to agree with each other, but let's not make it the fact that we don't agree with each other is the reason why we don't get together and we build and grow and develop with each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine to not agree, but like, let's still come together and let's still build and let's still love and let's still grow together. You know what I mean? That's where it's at. And that's when like I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Itamar, but that's when like when me and Itamar come together, he's going to be saying a perspective. I'm going to be saying a perspective. And then we're going to learn from each other. And then we're not going to be like, I completely agree with you at the end of it, but we're going to learn from each other, which is the beautiful aspect. He's going to bring his uniqueness. He's going to bring his brilliance to it. And when he brings his brilliance, I bring my brilliance to it. I bring my uniqueness and we learn from each other. And that's how we grow, So give thanks. I really just want us to really take that in of that importance of not having to agree, but let's still grow, let's still grow. Let's make it happen, Give thanks. Your body keeps the score of all traumas and stressors that you have been through. Yeah. Joe Dispenza says your body is a record of the past, and your mind has the potential to be the future. But a lot of us are caught up in the body. So then we keep living in the past and we keep living according to the traumas and the stressors, and then we just keep going through what we've been going through. And it's one of those things. Maybe I'll do another thing on that another day because there's a lot to go into when it comes to this, because how do you get out of that cycle? You know what I mean? Like it's one thing, but how do you get out of that cycle? So I do believe that's important. And yeah, give thanks. I have a question about enemas. How do you feel about them? Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of them. But that's just like my personal thing. I believe in like the cleansing from the inside and letting it go out, so taking different types of laxatives, like we have the free up laxative, but taking things and cleansing from the inside out. But I do know that there are certain people who are like the biggest like champions for enemas, and it's benefited a lot of people. So like you know, my view is like I'm not really too open to it. You know, it's not something I would really do, but I would say like just look into it and see how you feel about it. Like, you know, see how you feel about doing that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but you know, I know a lot of people are. So, you know, find out, check it out, and see from there. You know, when is this men's power coming up? I think you're talking about the Rising of the Gods retreat, and the plan for the Rising of the Gods retreat is have that launch this week. So we're just finishing up the website, the sign up process right now, and that retreat is going to be June 19th to June 26th, and gonna have some powerful brothers over there, some powerful honorables, some powerful kings. So yeah, it's exciting. Mm, 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 mm. Give thanks, y'all. Much love, y'all. So it looks like Honorable Priest Kailash will not be joining us on this video. So I'm gonna hop off here pretty soon. I'll answer a few more questions though. Does free up cause diarrhea? No, but it does. It allow things to move through you. So it's not necessarily a diarrhea, but it's like a controlled, contained time where you're gonna cleanse. And for me, like when I did it a couple days ago. One second, y'all. One second. I'm gonna get this back. One second. One second. Let's see. Are we on? I'm gonna be on 1 second. Bless. We here. We here. So the free up, it just cleanses you, doesn't cause diarrhea, but it may be like moving through you real fast like that. And the Rising of the Gods retreat is gonna be $3,333. So yeah, that's gonna be including everything. And we're not announcing certain of the people who are coming on. So yeah, but believe me, once y'all find out everyone who's tuning in and is on that, it's gonna be super epic. But just those of us that we have there is gonna be epic. It's gonna be legendary. Boom. What's good for high blood pressure and low thyroid? So for this is like the animal leaf, the soursop for the blood pressure, the cerasee, a lot of that. But a lot of that is like, you know, what we were talking about before is like the stress. So like calm down, like, you know, get to a place where we're, you know, working with the stress, going for walks and, you know, getting out there and um, making our heart rate increase naturally, like at a, you know, slowly but surely. And then for low thyroid is definitely the Seamoss, the bladderwhack, the seaweeds, all that goodness. So boom, got that. And the thyroid, I'm gonna have Honorable Priest Kailash come on and do like a little bit of like a master class on the thyroid, because I feel that's so super important that we tap into. And yeah, super important. But we have Rio Two Tone in the building, so we're gonna welcome the Honorable.
What's poppin'?
Blessed love. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, man. Bless. I was waiting for Priest to come through because I wanted both of y'all perspectives on it. But now it's cool. I didn't want you to go, so I'll get yours. But how do
Yeah.
you feel about mushrooms?
You
Like
know,
all types, all types.
yeah. You know, I would love, this is actually something awesome to have Priest come on, because Priest doesn't eat mushrooms.
He doesn't?
He doesn't eat mushrooms. He
See,
doesn't.
it's cool. What about you? How do you feel?
Me personally, I love mushrooms.
All
Me
right.
personally, I believe that mushrooms have like a very, very powerful healing benefits. There's many different types of mushrooms that you could have. Even when it comes to food, mushrooms are amazing, so delicious for food. in the psychedelic realm. You know what I mean? There's many different realms where I love mushrooms. And like chaga mushrooms, reishi mushrooms, turkey tail lion's mane, you know, like all these mushrooms,
Yeah.
mushrooms, like all these mushrooms, you know, I love them. You know, I think it's interesting. And I was watching a documentary yesterday on it was I think it was the Songhai Empire, like an African empire, right? And it was saying like at one point, like when on the earth there was like only mushrooms. You know what I mean?
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah, so like the mushrooms are the thing that helps trees communicate.
Yes.
Like, you know what
the
I mean?
cardiovascular system looks almost like the mushrooms, bro.
Yeah. So like this is like for me, I'm like, I love them. They're so interesting. Mushrooms are cleaning plastic from the ocean. You know, mushrooms, like it's like there's a mushroom for everything. You know what I mean? Like, I love them, man.
See, that's all right. So but you on it. So I appreciate that because that's where I'm at, because I don't know how mushrooms blend and how it's going in the realm of, you know, different cultures and not how you feel about it. But I feel good about it, and when I eat it, I feel good about it, and it feels good to eat them, and even just the how you see the communication and how they just string and go from the bottom and they just talk to each other, and it's like the prones, we doing the same thing as people. You feel me? Like almost like yeah. So
here's a visual for you. Okay,
pardon me?
I'm gonna give you a visual of something to like next time you go touch the earth. So when you touch the earth and you ground barefoot onto the earth, imagine yourself connecting to that whole network underground. Because when you connect to the earth, right, the earth's electric. We are electric. So we are basically, when we ground and we connect our feet into the earth, we connect with all the other beings in the earth, right? So
all right.
when you tap in next time, touch your feet into the ground, like
I'm doing that. When you get off, I'm going out.
Feel that connection. You know what I mean? Feel that connection. Yeah. All right, Honorable. What's your name though?
Mario, but I go by Rio. So yeah.
That's Rio. Much love, man.
I appreciate you.
Definitely.
Everything. On all boards.
Give thanks, man. Much love. Much love.
All
Keep doing you, brother. Much love. Take care. Bless. I love it. I just watched that documentary and I was like, yo, this is epic. This is legendary. Give thanks, y'all. So I'm gonna be tapping out of here very soon. It was an honor, a pleasure, a joy. I love connecting with y'all. I love it. Definitely gonna have Honorable Priest Kailash coming on the following strong. I may just be like, yo, Priest, we got to do one in between from Sunday to Sunday, because the people need to tap in with you. So stay tuned. We may have another one in between, but give thanks, y'all. Give thanks everyone for tuning in. And, you know, message of the day, really just tune into yourself, trust that intuition, and keep it simple. Keep it simple on this journey. You know, as the Honorable Rio said, he's like, when I ate them, felt good. You know what I mean? Boom. You know, let's start to like love feeling good. You know, let's start to love feeling good instead of like wanting to be right. You know what I mean? Like wanting to be the one that is right according to other people's standard. Let's be right according to how we feel. You know, and as we do that, who's gonna be legendary, y'all. So sending y'all love, much love. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. We're gonna have a bunch of videos coming out this week, but much love, y'all. Take care.